Well, digging through every page, Cameron has joined us now. What have you come up with, Cameron?
So there's a bit of an inconsistency with Prince Harry's version of events in terms of how he found out that the late Queen Mother passed away back in March 2002. So I'm just going to read a passage, first of all, from Prince Harry's new memoir, Spare, which has been published today. He said, "At Eton, while studying, I took the call. I wish I could remember whose voice was on the other end, a courtier's, I believe. I recall that it was just before Easter, the weather bright and warm, light slanting through my window, filled with vivid colours. Your Royal Highness, the Queen Mother, has died." Now, at the time, news reports heavily suggested, or did suggest, that then Prince Charles, William and Harry were skiing on a holiday in Switzerland. The Queen Mother died on the 30th of March 2002, which was Easter Saturday. Schools were not on holiday at the time. GBNews has now uncovered a photograph of Prince Harry, Prince William and Prince Charles coming off a plane and getting into a car on the tarmac, having flown back from this ski holiday in Switzerland following the death of the Queen Mother. I've also spoken to a former royal correspondent who was actually in Switzerland with the Prince Charles and the two boys doing that photo call. The agreement with the press was that if they did the photo call with the boys, they could then leave them alone so they can enjoy private time skiing. The royal correspondent told me, the former royal correspondent told me that they had just arrived back in the UK, as in all the journalists, when they received news that the Queen Mother was gravely ill. Now, you may say that this is quite a pedantic point about where Prince Harry was when he found out that the Queen Mother had passed away. But because he goes into such strong detail about the weather being bright and warm, when actually we've discovered he was skiing on holiday in snowy Switzerland, it raises questions as to what other inconsistencies, perhaps more serious more serious allegations Prince Harry speaks about in this book. Prince Harry's spokesperson has been approached for comment on this. Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace are not commenting on any of the allegations. The former royal correspondent said to me that clearly this could just be a very much honest mistake. There is absolutely no suggestion whatsoever that this was a deliberate mistruth told by Harry. It could just be an honest mistake. But it's in black and white. The inconsistency is there.
Well, I suppose it's the recollections may vary, but it is quite a big one. We all tend to remember where we are when we hear, news of a family nature like that. And as you say, it's not that in and of itself, is it? It's about what that suggests about some of the detail, and some of the finer detail, actually, in the rest of the book.
Exactly. It's more than 400 pages, this memoir. Very significant detail about a lot of stories and conversations Prince Harry has had over the years. And you're right, I think they know that this book was going to be heavily scrutinised, so each fact and figure you would think would be carefully checked and backed up to make sure there were no inconsistencies in the detail here. And you're right, I think most people would make the argument that it's a significant life event when your great-grandmother dies. And by extension, the Queen Mother, who was the Queen Consort during the Second World War, someone who Prince Harry has spoken about in this book being incredibly close to, and Prince Charles was incredibly close to her as well. And the fact he appears to have the two narratives, I mean, a different country, and just the details just don't add up from news reports at the time, what the former royal correspondent has told me, the photographic evidence we have, and versus what's in this memoir.
And amidst all of this, then, we also have these red line issues, don't we, on a more serious nature. We've got a red line of what appears to be an attack on Camilla, what appears to be an attack on Catherine, but also bringing into all of this, as Charles Ray, formerly of The Sun, was telling us, the fact that Princess Charlotte is being brought into this at all is actually a red line as well.
It is. I know that Prince William and Princess Catherine really, really value the privacy of their children. It's understood they get very upset when any stories about them reach the press, which isn't official engagements. Clearly, they know that they have to occasionally put their children in the public eye. Prince George is the future king, of course. We saw them at the Christmas Carol service in December, and we get a photograph of them during their birthdays, etc. But when it's such a personal, private moment with the children, we know they get upset. And the fact that Harry, Princess Charlotte's uncle, has willingly written about a disagreement Kate and Meghan had over Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid dress, I think is not going to go down too well at Kensington Palace, and particularly not going to go down well with Prince William or Princess Catherine.